Good evening and happy new year. It is officially 2024 and, whisper it quietly, but the golden age of Paleomedia that seems to have been kicked off by the likes of Prehistoric Planet looks to be continuing into this new year with a huge slate of new shows due to arrive at some point in the next 12 months. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on all the ones with confirmed release dates first, and then we'll talk a little bit about the ones that seem very likely to land this year as well, but don't quite have release dates yet. Let's get started. This first one is easy because it quite literally comes out today. Hell, it comes out 1 hour after this video is posted online. Attenborough and the Giant Sea Monster isn't a big flashy CGI series. It's a standalone documentary releasing tonight 8 PM UK time on BBC iPlayer. The show focuses on the discovery of a gigantic, seemingly unnamed plesiosaur skull off the Jurassic coast in England. There's both CGI recreations of the animal and a lot of real-world segments focused on the excavation of the skull and the calculations into things like the bite force and the 3D modelling process, etc. Basically, if you want to hear Attenborough in what is surely one of his last voiceover appearances, sadly, or if you're interested not just in the CGI aspect of these documentaries, but seeing the physical paleontology work that gets done, then this might be worth checking out. TRex, a film by Giant Screen Films, has a release date of late spring 2024, so it's going to drop within the next 5 to 6 months. You're watching the trailer for another show they did, Dinosaurs of Antarctica. Giant Screen Films typically make documentaries for museums, you know, the ones that play in those dark little side rooms that you walk into. But according to the press release, T-Rex is slated for release in theatres, so it's likely to get a wider release on Blu-ray, DVD or online afterwards as well. It's going to take a look at the evolution of T-Rex and seemingly hit most of the things you would expect. Hell Creek fauna, Triceratops duel, and the extinction of the dinosaurs, but the T-Rex itself looks really good. Jurassic World Chaos Theory is the sequel to Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, and it's due to release sometime in 2024, probably within the first 6 months if I had to guess. Now, whilst it's obviously aiming for a different audience than most of the shows we're going to talk about today, it is nevertheless a piece of Paleomedia, and whilst Camp Cretaceous wasn't really my thing, it did have some scenes that I thought were surprisingly forward in terms of dinosaur behaviour and representation, such as carnivores and herbivores drinking together at the watering hole. Some of you will be really excited for this, and some of you won't care at all, and that's okay. If Paleomedia can run the gamut of audiences, that just means more people experiencing dinosaurs and getting into it as a subject. Forgotten Bloodlines Agur is a photorealistic documentary. What you're seeing here is the Kickstarter trailer, run by Max Belomio, sorry Max if I butchered that, and a bunch of other very talented paleo people. Sounds like a band name, paleo people. Anyways, essentially fan-run indie kind of production, inverted commas. This documentary is exciting primarily because it's focusing on a period of prehistory that's all too often forgotten by other programs, the Miocene. That means it's focused not on dinosaurs, but on bizarre prehistoric mammals like the Daedon. I'm really excited for this one, have a lot of faith in the names behind this one, and according to the latest Kickstarter update, episode 1 of the series is about a third done and should be out before the end of 2024, but give them a little leeway, like I say, indie production. Soria is a 3-part animated series uploaded for free onto YouTube by Dead Sound, who also made the absolutely incredible paleo series Dinosaur. Soria goes in a different direction. It's got some Turok vibes. The dinosaurs become more humanoid and they're engaging in tribal warfare with each other. As with Dinosaur though, it is beautifully animated and coloured. The love and work for the series is visible in every single frame. It's also got some of the very best dinosaur designs out there. Soria Part 1 is already available, with Blood for Blood releasing about 4 months ago now. Now that was 5 months after the release of the trailer for the series, so whilst there's no guaranteed release date, I would expect Part 2 of the series pretty soon, and probably Part 3 to also land within 2024. If you subscribe to Dead Sound, you'll be kept up to date and see those new episodes. The last of our shows with a guaranteed release date is the new ARC animated series, featuring an all-star cast such as Russell Crowe, David Tennant, Michelle Yeoh. Sorry, Michelle, I'm sorry. This series follows Helena Walker as she becomes stranded on the island and must survive ferocious dinosaurs and tribal warfare. It looks pretty great and it should sound great too. There are a couple things making me a little bit iffy on that release date, which has been stated to be 2024. The first is, of course, it's an ARC property, and ARC properties are always late. The second problem is Vin Diesel is currently being accused of assault by a former assistant. I'm not going to harp on this too long, the case is, ongoing, and he does deny the charges, but Vin Diesel is both the face of ARC 2 and prominent in the ARC animated show, so the outcome of that case may determine how the series fares. We've kind of just seen this happen with Marvel recently, so I'm a little hesitant, we'll see what happens. Now, all 6 of those shows are slated to come out in 2024, but we've got 4 more that I would say are likely to come out this year, even if the release date hasn't been confirmed quite yet. The first is Surviving Earth. Announced early last year, this documentary has a lot of heft behind it as it's being produced by Universal Studios and led by Loud Minds, a production company founded by Tim Haynes, i.e. the man behind Walking with Dinosaurs. That combination understandably has a lot of fans excited, as does the fact it's 8 episodes of 60 minutes in length, and it seems to be hopping around epochs, so will likely bring us a huge variety of prehistoric animals, not just dinosaurs. There's even specific mention of script and story in the press release, so you should expect more Walking with Dinosaurs narrative style over the Prehistoric Planet approach. It's been worked on for years already, but if it's going to release in 2024, I would expect it to land pretty late in the year. I'd maybe hedge a bet and say 2025 for this one, but we'll see. Kyoryu, no chance I'm not butchering that, is a fascinating and absolutely gorgeous dinosaur miniseries by Floating Rock Studios. They describe it as follows. Amidst the ruins of a post-apocalyptic Japan, genetically re-engineered dinosaurs have survived humans and become the dominant species. Ancient primal instincts ignite modern tribal wars, and the ultimate survivors must navigate a world where the balance of power has shifted in ways no one could have foreseen. The dinosaurs retain that dinosaur-y, it's a real word, don't look it up, body shapes, but they're modified to have armors almost built into their morphology, with the Rex, for example, clad in this samurai-style garb. It's really beautiful, I love the painterly style they've got, and it sits in a niche unoccupied by anything else on this list. There's no official release date, but the trailer came out in September of last year. It seems quite weird to say now. So 2024 does seem like a good bet to me. Genndy Tartakovsky, why has everyone got names I'm gonna absolutely ruin? Everyone should just be called Bob, is the famed creator of the likes of Dexter's Laboratory, i.e. My Childhood, and also Samurai Jack, i.e. also My Childhood. His prehistoric fantasy series Primal is a deeply emotional and deeply brutal tale that follows Spear and Fang, a Neanderthal and a Tyrannosaurus Rex respectively. It's proven to be really popular, and though the ending of season 2 certainly divided opinions somewhat, it's a show definitely worth checking out if you're into dinosaurs. Season 3 of the show was confirmed mid last year, so 2024 again seems like a good bet for release for season 3. It's worth noting, however, that Season 3 is going to go in a completely different direction than the other 2, with a focus on new characters established in a Season 2 episode, The Primal Theory. Genndy has said that Primal is going to be an anthology series rather than necessarily following the same characters all the time. Finally then, we have Dinosaur Empire, something that hasn't been talked about a lot yet, mainly teased on Twitter, but it has the potential to be something pretty special. I'll note off the bat that it does seem unlikely to launch in 2024. I'm cheating a little bit here, but this series focused on the lives of 3 ceratosaurs has some really talented paleo people behind it and some lovely dinosaur designs. It, like Bloodlines, is an indie passion project rather than a big studio release. What will launch though in 2024 is the Kickstarter for Dinosaur Empire, which should mean a glut of new information finally, and probably, fingers crossed, a trailer for the series, so I figure it's worth including in this list anyway. And that's it. Coincidentally, 10 new shows and documentaries, what a lovely number. There's of course more on the way that we don't know about quite yet. I have heard rumblings about a big new paleo documentary with a scale to rival the likes of Prehistoric Planet, but we'll have to see what 2024 brings us. Regardless, it's pretty clear that we're very much in a golden age of Paleomedia. It feels like we were starved for quite a long time, and now suddenly there's tons. And the shows on this list encompass a huge variety of different styles and goals. There's something for absolutely everyone. Which of these are you most excited for? Let me know in the comment section down below. And here's to 2024, let's go. Thanks for joining me folks, cheers much love as always, bye bye.
Bye.